appropriate organ music to calm us and as a prelude for our program. This program is being streamed live on Facebook, so I'll be describing the service as we begin. My name is Walter Ozawa. Thank you for attending this year's Hatsubong and Bon O-Toba service. In the past, I tried to explain the significance of O-Toba, the wooden posts that have the names of family members who have passed away. In our recent Gyosho newsletter, Reverend Ishii explained O-Toba very well. This year, 2020, is a very different and confusing time for all of us due to the novel coronavirus pandemic, or COVID-19. So this year, 2020, we have limited our in-person Bon services to only those who are observing Hatsubong, those who have lost loved ones in the past year. Our O-Toba services are also being observed online via the internet on Waipahu Taiyoji's Facebook page, or later on our Taiyoji YouTube channel. You know, many years ago, a UH professor friend, Dolores Foley, asked me, because my father was the minister here at Taiyoji, Walter, how do Buddhists grieve the passing of their parents and family members? After thinking about this question, I replied that while it is indeed a sad time, it is also a time to honor and remember rather than only to grieve. We have a ritual or practice of remembering our ancestors at their funerals, of course, and then after 14, 49, 1 year, 3 years, 13, 17, 23, and even 33 and 50 years later, for example. For us, Waipahu Taiyoji, and Reverend Ishii keeps track of these milestone years. Every year in the spring, my Chinese friends hold Qingming services at the Chinese graveyard. Some of you may be familiar with this. And those who watch Korean drama, like my wife, you have seen how Korean families go to the graveyard or to their family altar to offer incense and to honor the ancestors and bowing low called jesa. These are rituals that we practice to remember and to stay connected to our ancestors. Not many of us can remember the dates of our ancestors' passing. For example, I recently visited my family Oaxaca at Mililani Memorial Park. My mother passed away on July 12, 2005, 15 years ago. My father died in December of 1974, 46 years ago. It is hard to remember these dates, isn't it? Thus, we attend these O-Toba services to remind and keep our families and our ancestors in our memories. We honor them by remembering them. Obon is not just a sad time. It is a time to reconnect with memories of our loved ones, remembering good times as well. We'll begin our Hatsubong service dedicated to those who have passed away since last year's Obon. We will have a second portion of our service today, which will be our annual O-Toba service for all who have departed loved ones. Please note that the O-Toba that you requested are placed on the main altar. On the wooden O-Toba are the names of deceased members of your family, together with words of prayer and sponsors' names that are written in kanji and also in English characters. The significance of making O-Toba dedication goes back to the ancient practice of remembering and honoring the departed ones in a spirit of gratitude. With the ringing of the bell, we'll begin today's Obon O-Toba and Hatsubong service. begin with Shobo Wasa. If you are able, please rise. Today's service will be conducted by Reverend Yoke Ishii and assisted by Reverend Masataka Hoshino from Soto Mission of Hawaii and Reverend Shoryu Fukagawa from Wahiawa Soto Mission Temple, Yusenji. Please be seated. We will now have Kuhatsu Sansu. This is the spiritual purification at the beginning of our bone service to make this place a holy site for this service. You will hear and see the sounds of the bell, the drum, and the cymbal. We'll now have invocation by Reverend Yoke Ishii.
It's a time to pray for the happiness of both our ancestors and all living beings. This morning, we dedicate this one service in memory of our departed loved ones. Through O-Toba dedications, we express our love, respect, and deep gratitude to them. We pray for peace in our families, in our communities, in our country, and in the world. Additionally, this morning, we pray for who passed on due to COVID-19 all over the world. We go to the Buddha for guidance. We go to the Dharma for guidance. We go to the Sangha for guidance.
We will now begin the Hatsubo O-Toba dedication with the chanting of Dai Shindarani. Or call the name of the Hatsubo family. As your name is called, please come forward with your family to the center aisle to offer flowers and incense at the incense boxes in the center. The O-Toba that you dedicated for your departed loved one is placed in the center of the main altar. Hatsubo from Ramoth, Jenny for Kanashiro Sumie. We'll begin with the second part of O-Toba service. As I call the names of the sponsors of the O-Toba and the names of those remembered, as we finish completing with all of the names, then we will have a representative from the temple offer incense for all of the O-Toba names. Arakawa and Watanabe Kei Senso Dai and Kawamura Fumio and Tsuruko children. Both of these names for Fumio and Tsuruko, Kawamura and Watanabe Kei Senso Dai were inadvertently omitted yesterday morning. Following O-Toba, Funakoshi family. For Funakoshi, Kazumi and Chizue Kei Senso Dai. Unten, Linda. For Unten, George, Kazuo. Kawaguchi, Janet. For Kawaguchi Kei Senso Dai. Kawamura, Ernest. For Kawamura, Takeshiro Kei Senso Dai. Kimura, Kenneth. For Kimura, Grace, Emiko. Kato, Makoto Kei Senso Dai. Lindsay, Ray. For Kamihara, Satoru Kei Senso Dai. Nakatsu, Colleen. For Yamaki, Carol. Yamaki, Jerry. Nakayama, Stan. For Nakayama, Kenichi. Nakayama, Hinoko. Jose, Pauline. For Takahashi, Saburo Kei Senso Dai. For Ota, Gail. For Tabusa Kei Senso Dai. Sakaue, Lin. For Sakaue, Taiyoji and Mary. Sakaue Kei and Iwamoto Kei Senso Dai. Sato, Calvin S. For Sato, Beatrice Kei Senso Dai. Sugawara, Jane C. For Sugawara, Hideo. Watanabe, Tojiro. Watanabe Kei Senso Dai. Sugawara Kei Senso Dai. Yamamoto, David. Takiguchi, Myrtle, Misai. For Takiguchi, Liichi, and Hana Kei Senso Dai. Yokota, Wayne, and June. For Watanabe Kei Senso Dai. Yoshioka, Kinoshita, Connie. For Yoshioka, Richard, Takeo. Norma, Shiono. Kabitani, Hiroko. For Kabitani, Yasuo. Ishii Kei Ichido. For Ishii Kei Senso Dai. Ishii Kei Ichido. For Baba Kei Senso Dai. Waipahu Soto Zen Temple Taiyoji Kyodan. For deceased reverends, deceased members of Kyodan, deceased members of Taiyoji. Waipahu Soto Zen Temple Taiyoji Baikako. For deceased members of Baikako. Waipahu Soto Zen Temple Taiyoji Fujinkai. For deceased members of Fujinkai. Waipahu Soto Zen Temple Taiyoji. For deceased members of Eva Soto Mission.
仰ぎ食い願わくは参謀して召喚の垂れたまえ鴨村防衛の神通心霊工芸当職型珍衆を備え大義神奈良に甘露門を術へ参加を放映す集むるところの不徳は
本日2020年ワイパフ太陽寺においてドラゴン営業のため行随心内し俗名金城隅初本供養のため聖集ラモフジェニー並びに家族一同のまた鍋で戦争大々ついてもだえため聖集荒川の川村文雄並びに鶴子水前供養のため聖集川村文雄鶴子中円堂の南越和美並びに続いて戦争大々ついてもだえため聖集船越ファミリーの天眼は順保持6秒運転常時活動水でもだえため聖集運転リンダーの川口芸戦争大々ついてもだえため聖集川口や連島の川村芸戦争大々ついてもだえため聖集川村リストのあと魔法の芸戦争大々ついてもだえため聖集木村ケネス堂の三原悟芸戦争大々ついてもだえため聖集レングスリーの特名山木ジェリーついてもだえため聖集中津五輪の特名山木カロリーついてもだえため聖集中津五輪の特名中山広子並びに天一ついてもだえため聖集中山スタンリーの中山芸戦争大々ついてもだえため聖集中山スタンリーの高橋三郎芸戦争大々ついてもだえため聖集わしぼいのさげ戦争大々ついてもだえため聖集をだべよの坂上並びに岩本芸戦争大々ついてもだえため聖集坂上林道の特名坂上清治並びにエメリついてもだえため聖集坂上林道の佐藤リトリス系戦争大々ついてもだえため聖集佐藤カルビン道の特名菅原芸能ついてもだえため聖集菅原芸能の菅原芸戦争大々ついてもだえため聖集菅原芸能の特名山本天についてもだえため聖集菅原芸能の特名渡辺藤郎ついてもだえため聖集藤原芸能の渡辺芸戦争大々ついてもだえため聖集菅原芸能の連邦院理学上昇大師並びに理学武道工事谷口芸戦争大々ついてもだえため聖集滝口馬頭美沙江の渡辺芸戦争大々ついてもだえため聖集聖集横田ウェイ南順道の吉岡理社竹をついてもだえため聖集 吉岡木下小森堂の吉岡の町用の水田村のため清修吉岡木下小森堂の摂政院寿命有楽五持続名上谷康夫水田村のため清修上谷広子堂の地形戦争大臣水田村のため清修地形一堂の馬場系戦争大臣水田村のため清修地形一堂のワイマブ太陽寺歴代初代王将院に水田村のため清修ワイマブ太陽寺ワイマブ太陽寺教団会員文庫社首相令業のため清修ワイマブ太陽寺ワイマブ太陽寺大臣と文庫社首相令業のため清修ワイマブ太陽寺ワイマブ太陽寺売価高校員文庫社首相令業のため清修ワイマブ太陽寺売価高堂のワイマブ太陽寺婦人会会員文庫社首相令と不要のため清修ワイマブ太陽寺婦人会堂のでは総統寺単身同文庫社首相令と不要のため清修ワイマブ太陽寺神三階万礼等にごす
無事崩壊一切の分類公務に傍安してことごとく承知を化し不良の煩悩みなめたそれを権に悪し同じく主地をまどかにせんこと
We now have offering of incense by Kyodan President and Fujinkai President, representing all of the families who have offered O-Toba. Now may I ask all, if you're able to, please rise. We'll have got a bone, which is on page 3 if you have a program, and sing along with a musical accompaniment by Mrs. Ishii. Thank you. Please remain standing for a show of joy. Please be seated. Next will be Kuhatsu Sansu. Again, the sound of the bell, drum, and cymbal to signify the end of this service. It is a reassurance of spiritual and physical purification. We'll now have a greeting message by Reverend Ishii.
Namu Kie Butsu, Namu Kie Ho, Namu Kie So. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are doing okay. This is the first time we are having our own service via the internet due to COVID-19. I hope all of you are staying safe and healthy during the challenging time. In Sotoshi tradition, we call bon service for Sekiki. Sekiki means food offering, and it means assembly. Sekiki is an important ceremony to comfort the ancestral spirit. This ceremony is performed to make offerings not only to the family ancestors, but also to one's parents, relatives, and spirits. Obon is Japanese tradition is the time for family togetherness. It is time to cultivate a sense of gratitude. We should realize that we are receiving numerous invisible protection from our surroundings, parents, family, friends, and community. Right now, it is still hard to get together physically with family and friends. due to COVID-19. But we should know we are still connected together by our heart. Again, Obon is a time for us to cultivate a sense of gratitude toward parents, family, friends, and community. Please say arigato to your loved ones. Thank you very much. Please stay safe and healthy. 願わくはこの功徳をもってあまねく一切に及ぼし、我らと主情と皆ともに活動を挑戦こと。ありがとうございました。
Thank you, Sensei. We'll now have Nita Bhavana, led by Summer Katagiri.
We surround all beings with infinite love and compassion, to those in suffering and sorrow, to those in doubt and ignorance, to all who are striving to attain truth, and to all who are standing close to the great change we call death. We send forth oceans of wisdom, mercy, and love.
Now a message from our president of Waipahu, Taiyoji Kyoda.
Thank you, Walter. Good morning, everybody. Ohayou gozaimasu. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I welcome and thank you for being a part of our modified home services for 2020. Whether you are here as part of a Hatsubon family or a part at home watching the broadcast, arigatou gozaimasu for your participation. Despite having to limit the congregation to Hatsubon families due to social distancing, Reverend and Mrs. Ishii and you and Tishu have been working tirelessly to prepare the Hotera for the traditional O-Toba services. Ishii family, arigatou gozaimasu. Our Baikako members resume weekly practices this month and will be has joined us for all 4 services, as will Walter Ozawa, our MC, Miho Katagiri, our organist, and daughter Summer, who took your temperature this morning, and Jenny Imai, who's at the Choba desk, and she's the master cookie maker. As evidenced by our grounds, I mean, if you noticed when you came in this morning how nice it looked, I need to let you know that Clyde and Dory Saito have been here every day this summer, getting the ground, keeping the ground so beautiful. So to all those who contributed to our home services, arigatou gozaimasu. I pray that we'll be able to resume more typical Hotera-filled Obon services and the Bon Dance next year. I'm glad that we can have our O-Toba services, and I'm sure I don't know, my last time I get to do this in 4 days, but I'm gonna miss doing Hayoy yoy yoy toma. Oh, I don't do whole song. In the meantime, please stay well, keep safe social distance, wear a mask, W-A-N, wear a mask, wash and sanitize your hands often. Again, thank you for coming this morning. Arigatou gozaimashita.
Thank you, Lynn. This concludes our Obon and Hatsubon O-Toba service. Thank you for viewing, for those of you who are watching this online, for viewing our service today. We'll look forward to someday soon, I hope, meeting again everyone in person. Our boat dance this year was canceled, as were all the boat dances around the islands. And each of our services, of course, have only been with O-Toba families. But in past years, the temple was filled to capacity, even with standing room only. So this is, in Japanese we say a little sabishi, to see only those who are distant, separated socially. I want to thank Mrs. Mio Katagiri and our performance today by Mrs. Ishii, who provided our music for O-Toba and O-Toba service. Everyone, please stay safe. Please take care of your health, and please drive home safely. Thank you very much.
Everybody, thank you so much.